What's up, folks? Welcome to Math Walkthroughs with Mr. Wiebe. Today we're looking at the formal addition and subtraction of fractions, and this is our Lesson 4 action task. The task for today is, we need to add two fractions with denominators of 4 and 5. What might the denominator of the sum be? Show more than one possibility, and use specific fraction examples. Alright, so let's say I add 2/4 and let's say 2/5 as well. Okay, I know that I can always make a shape and divide it. I can divide that shape into 4 rows and 5 columns. So here are 4 rows and 5 columns, and I think I might just take this and duplicate it, and let's move it over here so that we can see 2/4 and 2/5. Now I'm going to fill in 2 out of these 4 rows. So here's 1/4 and 2/4. 2 out of the 4 rows are filled. And then in the other shape, I'll put 2 out of the 5 columns filled with red circles. Okay, and if I added these together, how many would I have? Well, I can see that this is actually now, this is 10/20. And the red shape is just 8/20. So now it's easy to add them because I can just say out of 20, how much is filled? Well, it's 18/20. But it doesn't have to be 20ths. I can see that 2/4 is also 1/2, right? So if I rewrote it as 1/2 and 2/5, well, my shapes might look a little bit different, but they'd be the same. I'll show you what I mean. Here I've made a shape with 2 rows and 5 columns. So instead of 20, we're going to have a denominator of 10, right? So when I duplicate this, we can do the same trick that we did before. We're just going to fill half with blue circles, and then we're going to fill 2/5 with red circles, and then we're going to add them together, right? Except this time, now this looks like we've got 5/10 plus 4/10. And so in total, we have 9/10. So there's 2 different ways of solving this with 2 different denominators. Let's look at number 2, where it says you subtract 2 fractions with denominators of 6 and 9. What might the denominator of the difference be? Show more than one possibility and use specific fraction examples. All right. So 2 fractions with denominators of 6 and 9. Okay, let's say it's 3/6. And we have to find when we subtract 1/9, let's say. I'm just making it up. Well, I know one way that I can do this. I can, without models, I can just multiply this by 1 in the form of 6/6. And I can multiply this one by 9/9. It's just 1 in the form of 9/9. Now I can rewrite the question with my equivalent fractions. All I do is I take the numerator here, I multiply them. 3 times 9 is 27. Likewise, I multiply the denominators. 9 times 6 is going to be 54. Then I have a look over here. I multiply the numerators, which is 1 times 6. So that's just 6. And then 9 times 6 again is 54. Now it should be simple to subtract 27 minus 6 is 21 over 54. That is my answer here. That's one possibility, but I can see that because I chose 3/6 as one of my options, I can see that that's just 1/2. So let's do the same thing. Let's do 1/2 minus 1/9. right? It's the same question. We're just using an equivalent fraction. For instead of 3/6, we're saying 1/2 minus 1/9. So let's do the same trick again. We will multiply this side by 2 over 2, because that's just 1. And then we're going to multiply this side by 9 over 9. Now we won't change any of the values. We'll just find a common denominator. That's our goal here. So when we look over here, 9 times 1, that's going to give us 9. And 9 times 2 is going to give us 18. So now we have 9/18. Subtracting, in the numerator, we're going to have 1 times 2, which is 2, and 9 times 2, which is 18. So we'll get 9 take away 2, which is 7, and the denominator stays the same. And you'll notice that actually this and this are going to be equivalent fractions as well. If I took 21 and divided by 3, I will get 7. And likewise, if I take 54 and divide by 3, I will get 18. Or you can do the opposite. 7 times 3 is 21. 18 times 3 is 54. That's just multiplying by 1, right? I could always go times 3 over 3. That's just multiplying by 1, and you will get 21/54. So there's two different options that solves the same question. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.